What's up, y'all? It's Matt with Family Tradition Farms. Hey, we've got a not so exciting day today. It's cold. It's like 31 degrees out. We've got to haul corn. Now, we don't have a lot because yields suck. And it's not worth a lot because prices suck. But it's got to get done. Unfortunately, typically it's cold whenever we do it. The 806 behind me, she's really cold-blooded. So we've had the batteries on charge for a couple days. Hopefully she'll start, because she's actually going to run the auger, which is what unloads the bin. The 4430, we're going to hook up to both wagons, and we're going to haul those to town tomorrow morning. We're going to the ethanol plant, so they're actually going to process the corn, make it into gasoline. Whenever you look at the gas pump and it says may contain up to 10% ethanol, that's what our corn is going to go do. So there's some really smart people there that do some really smart stuff with some corn that ends up in your gas tanks. I don't know. My job is to get it there in December. So it's cold. Like I said, hope the 806 starts. 4430's got a block heater. Shouldn't really have a problem with it. Oh yeah, and we got to get the four-wheeler started, move the auger. Hopefully we don't have to dig the pit out. We dug it out before the ground froze, so hopefully it's deep enough. But I'm gonna find some gloves. My hands are freezing, and we're just gonna have to get after it. I want to tell you guys a little story. There was one time I was trying to air up tires and didn't know how much tire pressure to put in it. So I was looking around tires, couldn't find it. This old guy was there next to him, and he goes, "That takes 60." I said, "How in the world do you know that?" I figure, well, he's been doing it a while. He made us know these tires. He said, "Well, there's 6 lugs." Well, however many lugs there are, you multiply by 10, and that's how many PSI of air to put in it. You know, that old guy was not far off. I typically run about 50 in these tires. Go to an 8-lug tire, typically run about 70. You know, those guys, they just know their stuff. This right here is why we use Polaris on the farm. Can't do that with the Honda. All right, let's see if the old girl will start. Not even close. Let's give her a try again. She thought about it that time. Probably got to give her a little shot of ether. Third time's a charm. Boy, she is cold, but she's running. And in case any of you were wondering, no, it did not take any ether. Third time, hit the battery boost, she turned right over. So we're gonna try the 4430. Like I said, she's been plugged in, so she shouldn't have a problem. That block heater, it works pretty good. Check the oil here. All right, let's jump in, see what it'll do. Like I said, we got the block heater plugged in. It's warm. She's not gonna have any problem starting. Got all my pillows in here from when my daughter likes to ride with me. And if you've been in a sound guard cab, you know that's basically a necessity for kids riding. Well, let's give her a shot. No problems. No problems at all. Here's the motor we have that actually pulls the sump, unloads into the auger. Just an old motor, little pulley. We've got this rigged up where you slide these rods down in here and then tighten these nuts, and that pushes the whole motor and everything up. Actually tightens up that belt. So we'll get the 806 pulled out, get it hooked up to the auger here, and we should be good to go. Well, the wagon's hooked up. Gonna pull her over there and see if we can get lined up underneath the auger. Then we'll get the 806 hooked up and hopefully get these wagons loaded tonight so I can haul first thing in the morning. Elevator's already closed. Well, the ethanol plant's already closed, but it opens at 6 a.m. So if I can get these loaded and be in line by 6 a.m., I should have a pretty good day of hauling tomorrow. The real question, am I gonna clear? I don't know. Yeah, that's no problem. How about my wagons? Red one won't be a problem, I know. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good right there. Pull up a little bit farther. Yeah, that'll work. Looks like we're a little bit too far forward. I'd rather put more on the front end first, then as I pull forward, put in the back end, and then I can back up and top it off in the middle, just so we get a full wagon load. So we'll back up just a touch, and yes, I know I got snow and ice and crap in the wagon. We'll get it cleaned out. It's not a big deal. I just come in here with a sledgehammer and we'll knock her out. So we got the wagons scraped out, got all the snow broomed out of them. Got the 806 pulled up here, hooked up to the PTO. Now I'm gonna hit this a couple times, make sure there's nothing crazy up inside there. Sometimes we get birds nests up in the end, and before we run any corn through there, just wanna make sure I'm not running a bunch of junk into the wagon. So let's hit it gently here. Yep, that sounds good. All right, so the next step is to plug in our motor. And once it's going, there's a cover. This sump runs into the middle, and there's a cover over top of that. Once the motor's running, I'll pull that lever right there. I'll pull it out, and that opens the door. And that allows grain to come in. Now, obviously, we'll have the auger running, putting corn into the wagon. So it's running, we'll turn the motor on, we'll fill that up, and then it's just a matter of letting her fill up. Right, we're running. Got the floor opened up. Sump's dumping in the auger. Auger's running. Dumping in the wagon. Now, it's gonna take a while because nothing comes out quick out of this old girl. But let's see what we got. That may fill up quicker than I thought. Got to be ready to pull forward. All we're gonna do is just fill this wagon up, fill that wagon up. Yeah, I know there's a little snow left in there, but that's all right. Gonna fill them up, and we may haul them down to our other farm. Gets us a little closer to the elevator. Then it's not near as far of a drive in the morning. Let me sleep in a little bit longer. You know, maybe another 15 minutes or so. So. This is it. It's pretty slow. Nice and mesmerizing though. Watching all that corn just pile up, flow like a river on down to the side. It'll be in here another, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, and then we'll pull forward and we'll just get this guy loaded up, and I don't know, probably 20 minutes or so, we'll be loaded here. All right, we got the big wagon full. We're pulled forward. Get the back one filled up and probably call her a day. we gotta get the cleat put in. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't think it's gonna get low enough on this wagon load. At least not with one person. Somebody was outside the bin and could, you know, shut it off whenever the wagon got full or pull it forward. Maybe one thing, but if I climb in the bin and this is still loading, you know, I'm gonna overload the wagon. So we'll probably just top it off as best we can, and that's not gonna be it for these wagons until tomorrow, and then the real fun begins. We'll start sleeping. We got one wagon full. And we got two wagons full. We're gonna go ahead and shut everything down. These tires are squatted a little more than I thought they'd be. So we're gonna go real slow, easy, ease it down to the other farm. Try to get us quite a bit closer to the ethanol plant. That way we're not in near bigger rush tomorrow morning. We can go a little bit slower, really watch these tires. So I'm gonna get stuff shut up around here, and then we'll head on down the road. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hook up the battery charger just because as cold as it's gonna be in the morning, want to make sure these batteries got enough juice to really crank her over, and then we'll head on down the road. We got just a little bit of sunlight left. We're gonna head on down the road. I'm probably not gonna video this trip because, like I said, the tires are squatted pretty hard, and I just want to make sure we don't have a blowout. So better safe than sorry. We're just gonna put the phone down. We're just gonna drive down to the farm. I'll catch you guys when we get down to the other farm. Well, that was probably the least amount of fun I've ever had driving my tractor. Those wagons don't pull good in tandem, like not at all. I'm gonna guess we got somewhere between 500 to 600 bushel on the pair of them. That 4430 knows it's back there. I was in like C3 the whole time, bumped to C4, and that back wagon, she kind of did the whole wiggle on me, and nope, ain't doing that. So back to C3, we run at like 7, maybe 8 mile an hour. We're probably a third of the way to the ethanol plant, so that's gonna help us for in the morning. We'll just go get the tractor, take off, get that load dumped, and then we're gonna lose one of these wagons because I'll be honest, I'm scared. I'm scared to pull them in tandem. I'm gonna switch back to the farm truck because it can get up to speed on the highway a little bit better when we're empty, and we'll just go down to one wagon. We'll get our contracts filled, hopefully get the bin emptied out, and we'll call her quits with corn for 2024. Morning, folks. It's about 5:10, 5:15 this morning. We just got down here to the 4430 in the wagons. Where we parked them at the farther farm closer to the ethanol plant. It's very cold this morning. I guess we're going to get a true cold start off the old 4430 this morning. Although it's dark, probably won't be able to see a whole lot. We're going to film it for you guys. I know you like seeing cold starts. So we're going to jump up in there. Hopefully she fires up, and then we're going to head into town. Yeah, she's cold. Well, we made it. Took a little bit longer than I expected to. Again, we're going slow, trying to be safe. Don't want to blow a tire or roll a wagon, but we're in line. There's a pretty good line ahead of us, so it may take us a little time to get through here, but that's all right. We got nothing but time today, so the ethanol plant dump hours opens in about 5 minutes, so here pretty soon they'll open the gates and trucks will start pulling through, and then we get to pull up and figure out what the heck we're doing, because I've never dumped here, so I'll probably just go in the probe house and ask where to go and what I need to do, but we're gonna figure it out as we go. So 603 bushel we'll have to load. Let me tell you, the 4430 knew it was back there. Now, on top of that being a pretty big load for the tractor, I also discovered I got a slight hydraulic leak. I think it's my brakes because it's on a line going right into the axle. So it's better off we park the tractor anyways. Go ahead and hook the on this winter, get her back in tip-top shape for planting season. So we got the wagons trailing behind us. It doesn't even know it's back there now, but they're empty. I'm 40,000 pounds less than what I was. So we're about 15 minutes from the shop. We'll hook the red wagon up to the pickup, get loaded up, and we'll come back into town. All right, one load down. Got the wagons dumped off over there. We just went ahead and put the 4430 in the shop because, like I said, we got some oil leaks to look at and it's cold. So better just keep it in the shop. That's what we're gonna need to work on it. Let's see if the 806 will fire up. It's still cold outside, but like I said, it's been on the charger all night. Hopefully she kicks over. See if she'll go first time or if we're gonna have to give her a little boost. Fingers crossed. She is cold. We'll let that warm up for a little bit. We'll get the farm truck back out. Get it hooked to the wagons, get her pulled underneath there. Then we'll start loading out. No problems. Pull underneath the auger again. That ought to work. Well, we got out of the tractor and I noticed got a little oil splatter. Well, got a lot more oil splatter. It appears that I'm leaking oil off my turbo. Now I'm really hoping that that means that the turbo's not bad. I'm hoping it was just wet stacking because it hasn't been pulled hard in forever. The guy that had it before me, he just used it as a utility tractor, so I'm hoping since we hooked it to the wagons and was putting an actual load behind it that she was just burning her shit out. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that because you're talking several $1,000s for a new turbo. We're at the point where we got to put the sweep in. We got the sweep here, motor over here. Bin's down enough where the sump hole's open, so we'll slide the sweep in and get it started. I got a little full right there. It's all right. I was in the bin trying to run the sweep, wasn't paying attention, so we're full. We'll shut the 806 down here and we'll head into town. There you go, 320 bushels. Good test weight, good moisture, good FM, good damage. We're in good shape. Let's do her again.
Did it again. We're full. I guess I'll get up there and see if I can spread it out some. Yeah, it's a lot better. It's flattened out pretty good. Alright, back into town we go.
Always a good way to finish off a hard day. Good little tractor ride. We got all the corn hauled off, made it to the ethanol plant. ran about 10 minutes before the dump closed, so that was good. Got the bin completely empty, cleaned out. Got the auger hauled down, put into storage. We are pretty well done for the fall/winter. We're gonna get this back to the barn, put it away, take inventory of what we need to do to the 4430, and we're gonna call it a day.